Hey guys, welcome back to Release the Craftin. Bristle here with a little chatty vlog video. Are we doing that now? I think we're doing that now. I had a request, an in-person request, which was unusual, but a request nonetheless to do like vlog style content, and I don't know how to do that because I feel like vlogs, hear me out, are edited. And if you've been on this channel for any length of time, you know that is not something I do here. I try to keep my videos very minimally edited because I hate editing. There's really no other reason why. I just don't find it enjoyable, and if I have to edit too much, then I don't want to do it. So what I did think I could do is like a chatty watch me pick papers for the journal I'm working on thing, because yeah, why not? So yeah, we're gonna have another craft and chat, but I'm not really crafting anything. I'm just picking out papers for my next book. So yeah, a little intro to this book I guess is necessary, and then I'll talk about stuff. Yeah, I feel like I'm a little bit like waffling on this idea. I'm not really confident about it, but I think I'll find it as we go along, so we should be okay. But the book that I am working on next is an art trade with my friend, and she requested specifically a autumn grimoire, but not just like a basic bitch autumn grimoire, but like a dark witchy autumn grimoire. So I pulled out everything I have that's like autumn themed and was like, I don't really know how to proceed with that, but I have some ideas, and then I picked out some other paper packs that I think will get the message across. So we're just going to go through these paper packs and pick out some of the stuff that I think is going to look good in this idea. I may or may not use all the papers, but this is usually how I start my journal. So if you were ever like curious about like the behind the scenes paper selection process, I know that's like the most riveting content anyone could provide to you. This is literally how I do it. I just go through all of my paper packs that I think are like in the color zone, scheme, theme, whatever I'm working with. I pick out a bunch of papers. I use those papers only until I run out or whatever, and I try not to go back to look for more paper. I just try to use what I picked in the first run, and then I sometimes use all the papers, sometimes I don't, but I like to sort of develop a palette and a range early on so that I know what I'm working with. So because I'm about to start putting this book together, I've been making some of the ephemera I want to use for it, like little dabbling here and there and some fall theme stuff, but I haven't like committed to anything because I don't know what the actual like final product is gonna look, so I need to pick out the papers in order to move forward, if that makes sense. I think it makes sense. I will say too, just as like a casual update, I did those upgraded like watercolor strips and then went back and added like some splatter on them, so they sparkle now, and I love them even more. I think they look way better now that they're sparkly. So yes, just, you know, update. I didn't film that part because I did it while filming something else. I was doing other watercolor things and was like, oh, well, since I have the watercolors, why don't I just continue to splatter stuff? So that's what the final product ended up looking like. So when you see them in the final video and you're like, hey, those are sparkly and they weren't before, well, they are. I did it. I just didn't film it. So at any rate, I don't really know what to start talking about, so I think I'm just going to talk about this. This paper pad, I forgot I had this, and it's full of scraps from the one project I made from it. So I was already like, oh, it comes with free scrap pile, which is great. But I pulled this paper pack specifically because it's an autumn pack, but also because I remembered it had this like tree paper in it, and now I'm a little bit sad that I cut up one of them already to use in a different project because I love this tree paper and I think it's the right vibe. Like, I don't think this is the right vibe, but I think that tree paper is. I think this is good too. It's sort of an interesting theme. I don't, like, I love autumn, so it's like a surprise to me that I haven't made more autumn journals, but I haven't. So it was just sort of strange when she said it. I was like, oh yeah, I could do that. And then I was like, when have you done that? Like, Outside of making stuff for Maiden, like, I haven't done that. Do I want these? I think I do. And then she was like, yeah, autumn, but like dark and witchy. And I was like, oh. Wait, curveball has entered the mix. And not like autumn isn't inherently dark and witchy, but I wasn't prepared for her to be like, make it darker. I was ready for regular fall. I actually like this page. Ooh, and these leaves. That's why I'm here. Yeah, so I think it's going to be fun. Get a little bit dark and gothic. I love this paper so much. Like, I want her to know how special this is, that I'm giving up this paper, because I love it. I love, like, the grungy, moldy, decayed leaf look. Ooh, so shiny. But yeah, I haven't really been talking about much. The conversation that led to wanting to have a vlog style video was me basically, I think I like this, just sort of talking about the issues with the YouTube algorithm. Ooh, okay, yes. And that was the original page that had been cut up for the other project, and I was sad about it. Like, it's just so pretty. Oh my god, you guys, like, I love this. I'm gonna use it, because if I use this stuff, I can buy more stuff. That's how it works, right? So, I'm using some of my favorite hoarded items for this, which is the perks of doing art trades with my friends, I guess. But yeah, we've been talking about like the YouTube algorithm and how I find that I am like at the mercy of it, and I don't know the right way to like go about putting out content in order to like encourage the algorithm to push my content out. And it's like very niche content, right? Because like I'm already in a category. I don't know if these papers are gonna work. They're really bright, but they're really pretty. And I was supposed to use these papers in a collaboration with April like 3.5 years ago. You guys, like forever ago, and I never made my project because I just got like swamped with other things and we kept putting it off until it was like spring, and then I was like, oh, it's too late now, wait for next fall. And then every fall came around and I was like, no. So I've never used these. I was supposed to do that, so I may do that like as a separate thing. I think maybe like I want to make a companion piece to go with this, because like look how pretty this paper is. So maybe I'll use this paper pad to make the companion book, because it doesn't really match the vibe, but it's so pretty. This is an old Bo Bunny one. This is Dreams of Autumn. That's the... It won't focus. There you go. It's Dreams of Autumn paper pad. And it's gorgeous. So, but it's very bright. Very, very bright. But I sent half this paper to April, and she made her project, which was really cool. And then I never made mine because commitment issues. These are really cute, too. These foxes are cute. But at any rate, what was I talking about? I was talking about the YouTube algorithm. God, I love this paper. Yeah, so, like, I just don't know how to put out content in a way that pushes my content to people on YouTube, because I'm in this, like, niche category, right? Like, I'm already in the junk journal category, right? Which is already, like, its own subcategory of paper crafts. And then I made it, like... creaky chair. I made it like nichier by being like but witchy, or like but gothic, or like but whatever the fuck I feel like, instead of following sort of what's on trend and the more common like vintage shabby chic aesthetic. Whatchamacallit? So like I just don't like, I'm already, like, in a category of my own, kind of. Not like I'm the only junk journaler that does witchy things. There's other ones out there. But there's, like, 10 of us. 20 of us, maybe. Like, there's not that many of us, right? Who do specifically the same kind of stuff. And then, ooh, the struggle. Even among that category, I am going to make a separate book with this one. I think that's the move, is to put all the bright color stuff in this one and then the darker stuff in her book. So, I'm going to put this someplace I won't lose it. But yeah, so like, you know, like everybody sort of branches up into their own little category as they like come down the family tree of niche enterprises on YouTube, right? So you go from like junk journals to witchy to like witchy but bullet journals but stickers. Like you just kind of go down that like category line. You can't even see my finger, I'm off the screen. You go down like that little like family tree till you get to your own special personalized like slice of the world. And it's just, like the challenge is to try to make your little slice of the world like visible and noticeable. Like you want people to see your stuff. And the struggle that I have right now is that I am like in this little niche category, and then I tried to like expand it a little bit by doing stuff that I'm also interested in, like the storycraft, because I like a longtime fan of like fairy tales and folklore and those kind of things. And then have I ever used this paper? Okay, sorry. But like that doesn't have the reach that I was hoping for either. Like I haven't been able to cross the gap into more relatable content that reaches a wider audience because I've pigeonholed myself into such a small little space, which isn't a bad thing. Like I'm not mad about it, right? Like I do love being in my little corner of the world because it has led to me having friendships and building a community that exists in this little community. Like I'm meeting a lot of people who are as uniquely witchy and weird and off the beaten path as I am, and I love that. And I love that like I have friends who are crafters in this community who don't fall into that same shabby chic lace nightmare, because I freaking hate that. I hate it so much. I know it's like aesthetic, right? It looks nice, but it's just not for me. If it's for you, that's fine. Like do you, babe, do you? But it is not for me. I feel like I've never used this pack before. I feel like this is one of those things I saw and said I have to have, and then just never looked at again, because this looks like a mystery to me. It looks like there's some sweater weather basicry here, but then also some like folk art style stuff. Let's look through it and explore the mysteries of this together. I don't know how well this one's gonna work for what we got going on here. Are these little apples? They're little apples. That's okay. That's gonna work. I lied. This is gonna work. A little apple paper, little golden apple paper will work. My friend is also a history, mystery, mythology buff as well, so she'll appreciate like golden apples. I think will work in her book. I kind of like this folk arty paper, but I think there's a black version. I'm gonna use the black version instead because dark witchy. But this might work. This might work. Yeah, so like it's sort of a challenge to figure out how to get like as many eyes as possible on what I'm making, because I want people to see it so that I have like the reach, like so that there's the incentive to keep making it. Like I love interacting with people in my comments. I think you guys are great and amazing and cool. This is like a gray version. Is there a black version? Did I just imagine that? Oh, there is. Okay, calm yourself. This is pretty. She did mention she likes those like old style like botanical prints on black backgrounds, and I got like some books like that. I think I have a book like that somewhere in my stack. I have to find that too, so I can pull from there. But I think this will work really well for that. Oh, it's 2 pages of cut aparts. It's like a greenish gray color. I don't know if I'm in love with that idea, but it might make some good like tags or pockets, so we'll use that too. I don't like the green though. For this, the green is fine here. So yeah, it's like I want to get as many eyes on it because it's like incentive, but also like I just like sharing my stuff. I want to keep building up my community and have it like reach a larger audience and have more people there. I kind of like this. What do you guys think? It's like realism and folksy artsy. I like that. We're making a giant grimoire, so the size of the page will work. Ooh, okay. I told myself I wasn't going to pick all the shiny pages, and then I'm like distracted. There we go. There's the black one. Yes, that's working. Oh, kind of like these too. So yeah, so It's been kind of my struggle because like I keep putting out Storycraft videos. This is also nice. This is nicer than the white one. I'm gonna use them both. Because like my Storycraft videos, I love doing them. I'm gonna keep doing them. Nothing is gonna stop me. I'm determined to reach 100 videos. Like I want a playlist with 100 Storycraft videos in it. That is my goal. So I will do Storycraft until I reach 100, and then if it still isn't performing as well as I want, I might stop it there and move on to other things. But my goal, personal goal, is to hit 100, which is like 2 years of Storycraft. So that's plenty of content. I think is a really great run for a series. That's my goal. But it doesn't do as well as other things. Not to say like over time they don't do as well, but like when I'm looking at like the month in review, my Storycraft videos kind of do the worst, which is so sad to me because I love that project so much. You know, like I put a lot of energy into it. I put a lot of time into it. It is the video I had determined to be my consistently posted every week, every year, like all year long video. Because I love it so much and I'm so passionate about it. Plus I have a goal in mind. So every week I will put out content and it will always be Storycraft, but it might also be other things too. But those other things might not be there every week, but I will always have a Storycraft, or I'm trying to always have a Storycraft, barring like physical injury or something like that. Oh, I pulled this one because, like I said, she liked those dark color florals on black backgrounds, and I love this paper pack and have not been able to use it as much as I want to. And I think it'll look really nice. Some of the pictures will look really well, but not this purple one though. I don't like that. This is pretty too. Is it what I'm going for? It has like a rose gold foil for this pack. I don't know if that's gonna pick up on camera, but it's pretty. But I don't think it's right. But I do like it. I do like it. Let's pull it. Like what's the harm? I have to put it back in the paper pad afterwards. Like that's the harm. Kind of like this one with its tiny little flowers too. But I don't know if it's the right vibe because they're a little bit pinky. This wood plank stuff is on point. I don't know if I want woodsy planks though. I don't know how much of this I'm going to actually use now that I'm looking at how purple it is. Whatchamacallit? That's okay. We'll flip through it anyways. It's a pretty paper pad. Ooh, but maybe this. I do like this one. So yeah, so like Storycraft doesn't do as well, and that's disappointing to me, but it's not like a deterrent because like I said, I have a personal goal in mind for it. Ooh, this pack is really purple. I should have looked at this before. Here we go. Some dark floral. But then, like, my other videos are just strange to me, right? Like, I did that week of color magic, and that one did pretty well comparatively to other videos on my channel. It didn't do as well as I was hoping, but, like, it did fairly well. And so I was like, okay, so, like, maybe I just need to have more daily content, like, available. And not that I want to become, like, a content machine and just churn out garbage after garbage, you know what I mean? But, like, I want to, like, the idea of doing, like, regular weekly mini-series is fun to me, and, I did not use any of the florals out of there like I thought I would. So maybe we'll go with those tiny flowers. But, like, when I did it for the second week, I did the tarot tidbits the week after. That one, like, bombed. Like, it did nothing comparatively to the other stuff. Like, it did have its views, and I got a lot of responses on it. So I did get a lot of engagement on the tarot tidbits, but I did not get, like, the views. And that was disappointing because I feel like I worked pretty hard on, like, putting that together. But it's not a deterrent. Like, none of this is a deterrent because I feel like I tend to create in a way that's, like whatever, I do what I want. So it's not like such a big deal when something isn't successful. It doesn't ruin my day. Like Sticky Club has not been doing huge numbers on my page. Like occasionally one of the videos will go off, but for the most part, like they're underperforming if we're like going off those metrics. But I love Sticky Club, so I'm going to keep doing it. Like, nothing's stopping me from doing Sticky Club. This one is the Dark Academia paper pad from Recollections. I think this is going to add more of that dark vibe, and I want to add a little bit of Dark Academia stuff to it, because I think that'll work with the fall to witchy vibe. Dark Academia is the place. Plus, my friend also likes, like, books, so it makes sense. It's a right move. I don't know if this book page is the right move, though. It's really dark. Like, as I'm looking at this print, like, this print is not the best print because it is, like, this is 3 ring lights worth of light, and the distinction between these edges is, like, negligible. And I think the thing that saves it is the foiling, but it's dark. That's a muddy print. Not a fan. Also, like, Recollections has started doing these, like, cheaper paper packs. Like, this was cheaper than the other paper packs. Like, the Craft Smart one, which is also Michael's brand, is a little bit more expensive, but it has, like, more paper range than this one. So, like, this one has 24... This one, my fingers are on, has 16 designs with 3 sheets each, but, the other one has 24 designs with 2 sheets each, and those ones are more expensive than these ones. I guess because you get less designs, but I also feel like maybe the print quality isn't the same. So there's that. This one's just delightfully witchy. Yes. So yeah, so like doing back-to-back weeks of daily content was not the way for the algorithm. Keys are witchy, right? I feel like a good key, a good Hecate's key unlocking mysteries thing works here. Do I want a plain? Yeah, I want a plain one. I don't even know why I asked that out loud. So yeah, so like that was like a, oh, okay, well you can't do that because YouTube definitely will not promote your second week of daily content. So it basically told me do 1 week of daily content a month to get like views up, but otherwise like don't push it. Which kind of sucks because I like I said, I like doing those weekly little mini series. They're actually really easy to do, for the most part. Like the Minute Magic takes a little bit longer. I have to compile a little bit more info for that. But I usually can film all the art making the same day, the same way that I did like the tarot tidbits all in one go. It was just back to back to back while I drank more wine, which I thought was fun. And I would like to do that again, but like now I have to figure out the best way to do it, I guess. And then I don't have any like difference. I kind of like these. I don't have any difference in like luck with videos, like depending on the content length, I guess. You know, like I don't have better success with short videos versus long videos. The only difference that changes is the watch time, and that's negligible to me because longer videos people tend to just put on double speed, and that shrinks down your watch time anyways, so like it's an inaccurate way to measure. I kind of like this. This gives like ancestor work vibes. I kind of like this. Like, what is this? Like, I know that they're textures, right? But, like, this one is, like, leather texture, right? And then the other plain one I pulled in here somewhere is, like, old paper texture. I don't know how well that's going to show up. But it's, like, yeah, it's old paper texture. And then this is just, like, washed out color. It's just color. It's just plain texture as I knock everything over to complain about this paper pad that I don't really need to complain about right now, but I'm choosing to. Oh my gosh. Needless to say, I'm not going to pick this up. It's just brown paper. So yeah, so it's more like just trying to find... Oh, I like this one. this works. Like the right balance of content to get the views up that I want to like continue to encourage channel growth. Ooh, it comes in red. But I don't know, it's kind of been a struggle. It's a little bit frustrating to watch, especially because like I look at the numbers not like as a like a constant form of judgment or things. Like I don't spend that much time looking at my numbers like that. Like I don't go to bed and go, oh, I failed as an artist. Like I don't do that. I don't do that at all. But like I will check them on the regular, and then I'm just like, because I'm actually more consistently posting, and I've posted more in the first 6 months of this year than I have ever posted in any year on my channel. So like it's like, I'm putting out more content than ever and getting less views. So like, how do I make that work? And I don't know if you have your own YouTube channel, like let me know if you've noticed this, because I feel like the algorithm is not algorithming, so to speak. Like I feel like there's some weird like success I haven't hit. Maybe I've been like totally shadow banned on YouTube and that's the problem. It's possible, because I did kind of like, I don't know what you would call it for video. Like for podcast, it's called pod fading, when like the podcasters start to make less and less content as the time goes by, and then it becomes like every 3 months, and then every 6 months, and then like once a year they make one, and then the podcast just dies. Like I did kind of like pod fade last year. I was really struggling last year and wasn't really acknowledging that I was struggling, so that was part of the problem. But this year, like I'm still struggling. I'm always struggling. It's the life of an artist. But like I'm doing much better like creatively, so I've been able to continuously put out stuff, and now I'm at the point where I've hit the mark of like I've made more than I've ever made, and no one is looking at it. Like less eyes are on it than ever, and I'm like, how does this work? The last things I have some of that Tim Holtz wallflower paper too. I don't know if I'm going to use that. Are these ink drops? I just got these from Craft Consortium. I don't know if I'm going to use them, but I just want to look at them. I think this one I'll probably end up using, and maybe some of the black ones. I don't think I'll use the Vivids, but it is autumn themed, and I don't want it to be super, super dark. And I may pull some from the Vivids for the other paper pack. I think maybe I'll do that. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good idea. I should actually go back and look at some of these Craft Consortium papers open the other way. Some of these papers to see what else I can add to that Bow Bunny paper. But here we go. Ooh, I like this one already. Oh, but I don't like the back. I mean, I guess it's okay. It's just blue. But like this is so pretty. And then like it's blue. It's also pretty. It's not ugly. It's just not autumny. But I guess I could cover most of that up. Like that's not gonna hurt. Cause yeah, this is really pretty. And this Craft Consortium papers are really fucking expensive. I just want to say that for starters. I got this on sale, otherwise I wouldn't have got them. But it's 30 sheets with 20 designs, and they're double-sided. I don't know how the math on that is. I don't know how that works. The math ain't mathin' for me, but I'm not gonna spend a lot of time taking that apart. But this is very autumny, and I knock more stuff over enthusiastically. Oh, there's just 3 of those. How does that work? 20 designs, but some of them there's 3? Why is my brain not putting this together? 30 double-sided, so there's 30 sheets of paper, which is 60 altogether. So there has to be, okay, there has to be 3. I got it. The math mathed. It all fell into place. These are pretty, though. They're like alcohol ink style papers, and they're so gorgeous. And I love this kind of paper. Like, the Craft Consortium does have the best, like, regular background papers, because I also have that, the patina pack. And, like, you guys, like, they just make the best backgrounds, and you can get stuff in the colors you want, and, like, it just goes with everything. Ooh, I'm gonna use the patina for that other paper pack. Focused. Yeah, if I wasn't recording, I would have got up like 6 times to walk around and look at stuff already. So this is very, very focused for me, you guys. I'm doing really great right now. I've realized that I'm going to have this struggle of liking one side and then not liking the other side because I don't like this. Also, just realized you guys can't see the other side, but like there's the other side of this one because I'm flipping them off screen. I think that's it. And then this one. But yes, I realized there's going to be some issues. Ooh, but I like this one on both sides. Ooh. Okay, look at that. This is so pretty. Like, this is such a simple idea, just to like alcohol ink a page and then scan it up and use it as print. But it's such a great, effective idea, and I love that it's a paper. I love it. These are pretty. Like, this would make a really pretty fairy page. Ooh, and the back would also be very fairy. So yeah, that's just kind of like the thing that's been on my mind lately. I've been talking about it a lot, hence the reason my friend was like, you should make this into a vlog and talk to your people about it, and like, people like it when you're transparent and honest, and I was like, oh, I'm always transparent and honest, so like, this should be something easy for me. But then I was like, what do I talk about? So it's just me complaining about how the YouTube algorithm is mean to me. See, like, this is pretty. I love this, but I don't want this for my fall journal. And like, granted, I could cover up like this part and it would still probably work. Or maybe this part. But I don't want it. I just want this side. And I could cover up the entirety of that side, but then like, it feels like a waste. This is like paper crafter struggles. Oh, what happened? It's the same front and back. So like, did it get flip-flopped? Also, the color saturation's a little bit different. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like, see how dark this is? And then this is lighter. And it's the same thing here and here. That's really interesting. I wonder if they just like tweaked the saturation a little bit and then we're like, they won't notice. But the crazy thing to me is like this section here, right? Not this section here. That's not the same. So like, this has to be the other side of this. I don't understand. Mystery. So like, here's this part, and it only goes to right here. So this is like the rest of the paper here. So yeah, this is the other side of the same print. Hold on. Since I'm just rambling now, like, that's the full piece. Right there. How funny. What a weird thing to like just completely derail every thought and feeling I had. So let's see. That was the dusk set. Oh, sorry, Nico. I cleaned up my craft space a little bit and finally made room on the floor, and Nico has been like chilling out with me here ever since, like in the floor space, which I'm not used to because I used to have like papers and bags of things I needed to put away in that space, and so I keep hitting her with stuff or almost running into her because she's just sitting there chilling, and I keep forgetting that she's there. And she's very quiet. She's a very quiet cat, you guys, like super stealth mode all the time. So a lot of times she's sitting there and I thought that she already left and walked away, and nope, she was there. Just waiting for me to run over her with my chair, which I've never done, but almost. Come very close. And she's not the kind of cat who runs away, like when you start coming at her. She just waits until you hit her, which is the worst for like people with mobility issues, especially like when you have depth perception issues and object permanence issues and you forget that your cat is there, and then they're stealthy and they don't move. I've never hit her with my chair though. I always catch myself. But I have hit her with some paper for sure. Ooh, this is pretty. These are pretty. Yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here to look at this paper and pick stuff and not talk about how I almost like hit my cat all the time because she's quiet. But yeah, that's what happened. I cleaned up my craft space because I was getting bitten by a spider and I couldn't find it, and I still haven't found it, but I feel like the chances of it biting me are less now that there's less obstacles for it to like approach me on, if that makes sense. Also, I found a horrible leaf-footed fucking bug in my space that comes in from outside, because my craft space is right next to the back door, and sometimes I just leave it open for my cats to go out, and apparently it was like, well, while the door is open, when I come in. And that was horrifying. An entire adventure. So the thing that I'm noticing about this Vivids set is, it doesn't feel as vivid to me as it should be, but also it's very rainbowy. Like, every page is rainbowy, and I'm not mad at that. But I am a little bit mad at it. It is also pink and purpley. I am a little bit mad about it because I can't make it match anything. It's just rainbowies, which is fine, but not fine, because like this page is all green and yellow, which is great, but I wish there were more single color pages like this, because it would be easier to match. It's a lot of pink. It's a lot of pink. It's pretty. It's still really pretty. I don't think it's having the same, like, mind fireworks as the other one was. Like, this one might work. This one I think will work for a fall paper set. But that's the only one I found so far. And that makes me sad, because the back is red. I don't know. Maybe I'm being, like, hypercritical of this paper pad. Because I guess, like, this one is very yellowy, and that would work. I just hate that the back is so pink. Know what I mean? I'm going to use it, because I bought these to be used, and I'm sure I can, like, cover up the egregiously pink parts. And maybe this part too. I'm gonna use it in the other one, not this one that I'm building up now, but in the secondary book. I'm excited to get back into like nature books and do some more like nature botanical stuff. That is my favorite place to be. So I'm really excited that she asked for something like that, to hit that like woodland thing. This one's going to be great. This one is monochrome in the ink drop set. And the trick to this one will be not using all of them. But I like this one. It has like a coppery sort of color to the foily bits. They're not actually foiled, but like they were foiled in the original print. Or original picture. These are so pretty. Look at this. Look at this. This I got specifically to do Gothic journal stuff. So when she asked for darker witchy, I was like, ooh, that'll be perfect. But yeah, I think it'll be great in Gothic books too. Which I do want to get back to. I am looking forward to doing those again too, because it's been a while. I just need to re-up on black ink. I think I like this better. Like, this is nice. I really like this side. It's got a lot of like really great gold color, and then like this is really dynamic. So yeah, there's not much else to talk about. I've been doing okay. My cats are great as usual. This one's good too. Here you go. And yeah, I've been all right. Like, I have been feeling a bit sickly this month, so I haven't been as like go get 'em and on top of all my things like I need to be. So I'm just sort of gradually recovering from that, hence the lower energy of this video, I think. Do I like this? I think I like this. And now, yes. Commit to the bit. I like this negative space. Yeah, so I've just been sort of gradually recovering from that. Ooh. Look at that. It's like copper to gold transition. The back is okay. Like, the back is not spectacular, but I'm not upset. Look at the little eyes. This little ghosty dude hanging in there. So yeah, I think that'll be a great, like, spirits part of the book. Yeah, so the energy definitely has been lower lately. You'll see, like, this back paper is nice. It's very bright. Can we use it? I think it's too bright. for what I got going on. But it's okay. Like, I don't feel super, super bad. I just haven't been, like, the strongest individual right now. Which is also okay. I'm not going to beat myself up for that. Even though part of me really wants to. But, you know. Chronic illnesses got a chronically illness. And that's okay. And, yeah, I don't know really what else to talk about. I have slowed down putting stuff in my Etsy store, which is disappointing to me and probably to people who shop with me. But there is, like, this huge issue right now with, Etsy and, like, AI artwork just sort of flooding the market space. And since Etsy's not, like, regulating it in any way, shape, or form, it's sort of one of those things where it's like, well... how much do I want to compete against this? And, like, I admire the people that do. I really applaud them for it. But, like, I just don't have the energy to, like, try to conquer that beast. I don't know if I'm going to use any of these. This is a Tim Holtz wallflower paper. I don't know. I figured because of, like, the documentation, the paper, like, blending, it would work pretty well, but I don't know if it's going to match what I have in my mind. So we'll see. We'll see. I might just keep it on hand to use. Also, I just low-key hate that the Tim Holtz paper pads do this, where they're like, oh, here's all the 6x6s, and then here's the 3x3s. Like, I don't want that. I don't want these at all. I don't want trading card size. I don't want little tiny squares. I just want sheets of paper. But I also have, like, a personal vendetta against 6x6 paper packs, and have been waging war against them since the dawn of time. So there's that. So I think I'll keep these on hand just to pull from if I feel like it. And then I have the vellum sheets too. I only have a couple of these left. These ones might make it in. For no reason other than I like vellum, and I would like to get rid of this paper pack. So yeah, these ones might make it in. I haven't decided, but we'll see. We'll see when I decide. Yeah, I have a weird vendetta against 6x6 paper packs. I just want to have, like, full-size sheets that I can cut down myself. I understand that card makers and people who make, like, ATCs and stuff would appreciate smaller sizes, but I'm like, nah. But that's me. That's my weird thing. And yeah, that's the end of the papers I pulled for this. I do have some book pages to pull, but I don't know if you guys want to watch that too. So I think I'm gonna end it here. It's gonna be the end of my little vloggy, rambly Rage Against the Machine chat. And yeah, see what we got here. I got a nice little stack out of this. I don't think I will use all of these, but I do like having stuff to pull from because it makes it easier to make ephemera if I have an idea of what papers I'm using. And I think we got, like, a pretty good range of, like, autumny fall paper, a little darker paper, some, like, really pretty colors, and some dark academia. I think this is a good vibe. This is a good vibe. These papers are killing me. I want to keep this so much, but it's okay. I'm gonna let it go. And then I'm just gonna prowl the paper sections for more things like this. This is literally, like, this sheet has been one of my favorites forever, and I do know that I kept this paper pack for so long just to, like, observe and be like, one day you will use this in a book of your own and it will be amazing. I'm going to let it go, and I'm gonna let it go to her because she's a very close friend. She's in my 6 best friends category, so I know that it'll at least still go to somebody I love and they will appreciate it. So there's that. Need to go trim the extra tops off this because it bothers me so much that these don't stack right with the rest of this stack. So I'm gonna go trim the extra little unnecessary paper bit off the top of those, and then start thinking about signature assemblage and which ones are gonna make the the signature page cut and which ones are going to make the cut me up for ephemera stack. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. Let me know if you like this video, if you want to see more like this. I don't know how often I will do videos like this, because to me this is just listen to me vent and then have random burst of ADHD and forget what I'm talking about and then have to start over things. And this is very, very typical to how I normally craft, which is a lot of the reason why it takes me so long, because there's little mini breaks for my brain. And like I said, I would have got up like 6 times by now to go look for something or dig in something or get a snack and then forget what I was doing. So I guess the positive thing about doing a video like this is that it kept me very focused in the moment on what I was doing. So hooray! It only took me 45 minutes to pick out all these papers and talk about it. So yeah, we're on a roll. But that's going to be it for me, guys. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate your faces. And like I said, if you would like to see more just sort of chatty vlog style content, and this is as close to a vlog as I'm probably going to do for the time being, let me know. I will do it because I do like sharing this space with you guys. So that's going to be it, though. I will catch you guys in the next one. Happy crafting. Bye.